to make an effective stretch mark cream using all natural ingredients. For this recipe, we'll be using shea butter, vitamin E oil. You can use vitamin E capsule if that's what you have. Then you need python oil. This is like a secret ingredient that Africans use in their stretch mark creams. This particular oil has been proven to be effective. Mixing only this python fat into shea butter alone, it's really very effective for stretch mark. Here I have the equipment I'm going to be using, which is my mixing bowl, um, a some kind of pot, small pot that I'll be using to extract this fat. Now, in most cases, I don't like to do this part, but in Africa, this is what most of us can get. In my case, I prefer to get this thing as oil because the process of removing oil from this can be really messy and discouraging. So I just prefer to get it as oil. But since this is what most people will be getting, I want to show us this part, how I try to remove the fat. I say try because in most cases, I can only try. I put a little bit of water in that pot so that it won't get burnt, and I put it on the stove so that the heat will help me remove the oil from the fat. I want to remove the oil, skin, and flesh from the fat. I'm just going to add in the rest. Sometimes you can get the python fat in the brighter color, sometimes you can get it in the deeper color. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with it. So yeah, this is my attempt at removing the oil. As you can see, it didn't really go well. This is the oil I was able to get. Who really call this oil? Because the color is just funny. I had to go back to my supplier to get the oil version of it. Although she told me this can still be used, that there's nothing wrong with it, I just didn't like it. So I decided to go get the oil instead. This is the oil. This small size of oil can come really expensive, but I prefer it because it saves me the stress of having to burn fuel to extract the oil and going through all the stress only to end up with a burnt version of what should have been python oil. So I just get the oil like this. For this recipe, I'm using 1 full tablespoon of shea butter. You can choose to increase the recipe as you desire, but I just want to make a little version of this particular recipe. 1 tablespoon of shea butter, 1 teaspoon of the python fat, about half teaspoon of vitamin E oil. If you are using the vitamin E capsule, just puncture 4 or 5 vitamin E capsule and just put it in your cream. Then blend your mixture. Those are the 3 ingredients you are basically going to be needing for this recipe. Just blend the ingredients together to make a cream. Now this is not going to be an easy process, but just keep blending. Don't worry, it will blend, it will turn to cream. Just keep doing it gradually like that. Apart from the python fat, we all know that vitamin E helps with stretch mark, shea butter helps with stretch mark. So this is really a loaded recipe for your stretch mark. After mixing it like this, you can Pour your mixture into a container you'll be using to store it. Pour it in a container that you can cover and keep, and that is your stretch mark cream. I'm sure a lot of us are wondering, does this really works? Yes, it works. The answer is yes, 100% it works. But the thing is, it requires consistency. You can't just use it today, forget about it, and expect it to work like a ghost. No, you need to continue using it. You use it whenever you shower, basically. Use it at night, use it in the morning. It doesn't disturb any of your skincare regimen, so you can just use it on the affected part of your body. If you have stretch marking on your tummy, that one is the tummy and the lap stretch mark mostly affect pregnant women, so just apply it. This can also be used for like while you are pregnant, to avoid stretch mark. Some people don't really experience stretch mark until after childbirth. So while you are pregnant, you can use this particular recipe. It will just prevent stretch mark for you, and by the time you have your baby, you won't have stretch mark. So basically, that is the recipe for stretch mark cream. Trust me, this is effective. Please don't forget to like my videos. Thank you.